and
Cassandra Fuller.
we welcome you to 6 in the City. Hope everyone had an appropriate Memorial Day, certainly a reflective day for folks in this country and everything else. And so
It was a beautiful weekend.
beautiful weekend for it, and so I hope things went well. A couple of notes, programming notes. This next week, coming up on Monday and Thursday, the Board of Education will be meeting for a work session on Monday at 6, and then next Thursday at 6. And we'll be carrying both of those meetings live. Steve Beverly will be there to help introduce all of that with Jackson 24/7. And so we'll just see what direction it goes.
If you don't get Channel 6, you can always log on to EPlusTV6.com and stream it live on your handheld device.
And so anyway, and we'll be posting that, I guess, on YouTube or whatever Matthew will be taking care of. We'll see what happens with all this.
And today is such a momentous occasion. I just want to note there is an orange tee on this man's shirt. His wife dressed him today.
Started buying clothing from me. I said, what happened to the red A?
Something is happening.
She said, I looked for an A shirt, and they didn't have any.
Something is happening. I'm not quite sure. When he shows up with an orange tee on his shirt.
Then, sign of the apocalypse. We'll talk to Glenn Miller about that coming up a little bit later. David Vickery's with us. We'll talk about Mental Health Awareness Month. Dinah Harris has a whole host of folks from the library.
The library's got a lot going on.
And we got a big book sale coming up this week as well. Joanne Bowen is with us with Companion Pet Rescue, and
John Ewing and Sarah Johnson are here because they are with Leadership Jackson. They're looking for nominations. And they're going to tell you how.
That's right. Marcia Christopher is with us. We're talking about Kids' Lives Matter and the special campaign. Glenn Miller is with us, along with the cast from the river.
That's right, the river.
All that's coming up on this 6 in the City.
So as the owner of Master Medical Equipment here in Jackson, we value JEA's service and our partnership with them. One of the main reasons we relocated into this area was to use JEA's broadband internet service. We do a lot of teleconferencing, we do a lot of international calling. Inside Sales business is based off of access to telephone, to internet, to all the services we need to operate. And we had to go with JEA because I felt it was the best fit for our business.
Hi, I'm Franny Smith, host of EPlusTV 6 cooking show, At Home on the Range. Our show features some of Jackson's best cooks, regular folks just like you and me that enjoy home entertaining and sharing their culinary skills. Join us each week as our guests share favorite family recipes, tips for entertaining, and delicious fare from the natural gas kitchens at Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances. Have fun with local folks who are going to help you feel more at home on the range.
First Baptist Church is about making disciples, building community, serving others, equipping families, and above all, glorifying God. We'd love to have you join us. First Baptist Church, for God, His gospel, and His glory.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Dr. David Vickery is with us. He is a professor at Union University. He's also with Neuro Health Solutions. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that'll be the topic of our discussion here. But
yes,
tell us about Neuro Health Solutions. What is this?
Oh, okay. Well, we work with a lot of different things, but the main thing we concentrate on is depression.
Okay.
And this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is the last day, and thought we'd squeeze that in. One more, just get that in. But I've been a practicing psychologist for 35 years, and not bragging, I'm just saying a lot of stories. Yeah. And
I'm married to one of those psychologists.
I'm not going there.
That's how you wind up with orange teas on your shirt.
Exactly.
She's probably got more stories than you.
Well, we can help her. I gotta get serious, don't I? Okay. But yeah, and what I was trying to say during those years of practice, the two main things that you see are anxiety and depression. And anxiety is very easy to work with relative to depression. Right. And so
because depression has many causes, right? I mean, it can,
absolutely.
Biological things,
yeah, it could be so many different things, from the neuropeptides in your brain to maybe our thought processes and how we wired certain thoughts through this neuroplasticity, this new area that we're looking at. But but depression is very resistant to intervention, and the curve is very smooth. And what I mean by that, it takes a long time to get there, but then when you're there, it takes a long time to work your way out. Okay. And then a lot of people struggle with, once you find yourself out of the depression, you relapse and you fall back into another major depressive episode. So it's multiple episodes through a lifetime. And unless something's done differently, particularly the thought patterns and rewiring the brain, then you're pretty much stuck with that.
Which can't happen overnight, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I guess a lot of us confuse feeling badly or whatever, or having the blues or whatever, having a bad day with depression, and it's...
Yeah, we all get depressed.
Right.
I get depressed, everybody gets depressed. Right. It's just, do we weather through it or power through it, and then eventually it gets better in a day or two?
But a chronic depression just lingers.
It just lingers. It's very resistant to change. It affects how you see everything. The filters that allow things into your awareness are in a way that only allow negative things to confirm those negative thoughts that you've been obsessing and ruminating about for a long time.
So it's just a vicious cycle that keeps you in that state.
Yes, and basically anybody that's depressed will obsess and ruminate with depressed thoughts.
In this month, and when you talk about Mental Health Awareness Month, what do you want people to understand or know or sense?
Well, as far as depression goes, I want them to know it is a disease. It is treatable. There are different modalities to treat depression. Of course, everybody thinks go get a happy pill, an antidepressant. Right. But statistically, there's only about a 27% chance that you'll go into remission by taking an antidepressant. Okay. So that's not the answer. That's less than a third.
It's just like putting a Band-Aid on a bad wound.
It is, exactly. And then what I do, too, in my practice, I do a lot of talk therapy, but just talking with someone can actually affect the chemistry of their brain as well. But then that just doesn't seem to be enough. But what we've got at NeuroHealth Solutions is some very new cutting-edge technology. It's called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. Okay. And what we have found, we've been doing this for 4 years now. Okay. And so we have found that if you would find the place in the brain that's kind of like the executive of the brain. Right. It's this right here. It's the left prefrontal cortex. And it's wired to deeper parts of the brain that release all those chemicals I've been talking about. And the thing about a depressed individual, if you do a PET scan, which is measuring how active their glucose utilization is.
It shows?
It shows. It's very low activity. So can you
stimulate that and change it then?
Well, yeah. We don't use PET scans. They're very expensive. But but typically, the research is going to show that depressed folks have an underactive brain. If you think what depression is, that is just a depressed nervous system.
So this technique then can stimulate or help change it?
Stimulates it. Okay. It actually begins to get the activity levels of this one place more active, and it's very safe. There's no side effects.
Okay. If people want to know more, how do they contact you or what?
Okay, they can give us a call, and that number is, I never call myself, so I think it's 731-660-8814.
Okay.
But better still, take a look at our website, which is neurohealthtennessee.com.
Okay.
Can you spell out Tennessee?
Yes, spell out the whole word Tennessee.
Well, Doctor, it's good to have you with us.
Oh, very good to be here. Thank you. I hope it didn't get too depressed us talking about it. No, okay.
It was very interesting.
I've been living with her nearly 2 decades now.
I think it should be the other way around.
She tries to analyze. She says this is going to help me.
Okay.
It should.
Good to see you, Doctor.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll talk to Donna Harris and folks in the library coming up next as we continue 6 in the City.
I think you're going to like this picture.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly. For the past 5 years, we've been bringing you classic TV favorites on TV6. Now we're on every Saturday night. 3 great hours of situation comedy. Surprises of your favorite stars from the golden age of TV. And every once in a while, you can say the secret word with Groucho. Steve Beverly's TV Classics every Saturday night from 7 to 10 on EPlusTV 6.
Drawing from a tremendous underground aquifer, JEA's water supply is sand filtered by nature. This water supply is not only plentiful, it requires minimal treatment. Continually lab tested for quality, it's the water distributed through the Water Division at JEA. More than once named by the Tennessee Association of Utility Districts as West Tennessee's best tasting water. Clean water, another part of JEA today.
This commercial isn't going to shock you or make you laugh, but it just might save your life. Every one of these people is alive today because someone else took the time to give blood. Hopefully, the person that gives blood for you is watching this too. Do you have time? Please give blood.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. We'll be introducing some of the music all from the river coming up in a few minutes. Right now, Dinah Harris is with us along with Jesse Rieger, who is the teen librarian, and Jennifer Brown with us, and she is the children's librarian at the Jackson-Madison County Public Library. Have a big book sale this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 10 to 4 Friday and Saturday, and 1 to 4 Sunday, or noon to 4 something, okay? And then the preview sale is Thursday if you're a teacher, or can sneak in with one. Or have some kind of, I think, well, I know my aunt was a teacher once.
You can just make up a name. They probably won't turn you down at the door.
So don't forget the book sale, big deal, and raise a lot of money for the library. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
No, we're here to talk about summer reading program, but the summer reading program kickoff is going to be Saturday at the book sale.
The 4th, during the book sale. What time?
All
day?
Well, all day, but we're going to have music starting at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
What's your name?
The Dirt Pilgrims?
Dirt Pilgrims, yes.
Yeah, we worked with them
They're going to be
before,
singing from 11 till probably 12 or 1-ish.
Okay.
And then we will I represent the adult summer reading program. Jennifer's the children's.
So there's an adult summer reading program. I think it's just for children.
Yeah, and she has the children, and she takes care of the teens. So we have a lot of awesome things. Unbelievable. Yeah.
All right, so what happens in a reading program?
Well, I'm going to let them tell you theirs first because theirs is the most important, and then I'll finish up with the adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Like she said, we have a reading program for infants all the way to senior citizens. It doesn't matter how old you are. Is that right? Yes. So if you're an infant, well, your grown-up's going to bring you in.
and then they're going to read to you? Is that what they're going to read to you?
Basically, you'll get like a little rubber ducky or something. But your parents this year as a prize can get some fines taken off of their library card if they read to you and keep track of it. Yeah. If you're an older child, then what we're doing this year is bingo. We'll have a bingo sheet.
Okay.
And it has different reading activities like read a book your grandma recommended or read a graphic novel. Okay. And so each day, if you do one of those, you can mark it off and get a prize.
Bingo card.
Oh, wow.
Get a prize, all right.
And for the kids, we also on Friday afternoons at 3 o'clock, not this Friday, starting on the 10th. At 3 o'clock, we'll have big shows at the main library, like a magic show, an animal show.
Very good.
And when you register, when you come to get your bingo card, we'll give you a list of all the shows.
All the activity, all right. So what's going on in the teen room then?
The teenagers, instead of doing bingo, they decide to be different with the teens. We're going to do a reading log. They'll keep up with how long they read. So every 150 minutes that they spend reading, they'll get one entry for one of our prize packages. We'll have some Kindles in the prize packages.
Oh, wow. Some nice packages.
Yeah, a $50 off of one of the workshops at the Co. Will be one of them.
And all they have to do is read and keep track of their hours that they read.
And they'll get entries. And for the prize packages, and then we're going to have programs as well. The teen programs are going to be on Tuesdays at 3:30.
Okay.
So we've got some pretty cool.
Is it just at the main library, or is it the other branch as well?
The programs are going to be at the main library, but anybody at the main library, at the North Branch, they can participate either way.
Can register for those. Okay. All right, Donna, what do you hope to accomplish with all this?
Yeah, well, let me just say we have to have the programming at the main library because there's not any room at the North Branch. We have a very small program room there, and Jennifer has a preschool story time there.
Get ready, there's a pitch for an expansion coming up.
Yes.
Step one, you heard it right here.
Are you a mind reader? No.
Get ready, budget committee. Next year's going to be a big year.
Actually, I was actually going to save that for the next visit.
Okay.
But on the adults, just quickly, we're going to do bingo with them as well. But I have 2 different cards for them. I have one that if you can't come in, you can request a card through email or online, and I'll send you one. And it's checking out a lot of our electronic resources, different sites on our website, so people can actually see all the things we have to offer there. And then the other one you can use in-house, the bingo card, to visit the different areas of the library and the different offerings.
So I can go to the library without ever leaving the house now, right?
Yes. If you do come to the library, though, and you check out books, for every book you read, you get an entry. For every bingo you get, you'll get an entry. And we'll give away some Kindles for the adults as well.
Summer reading program at the library. The website for the library is
JMCL dot. But it's library. It's jmclibrary.org. I keep wanting to say JMCL Library, but it's only one L there.
jmclibrary.org.
Keep up with all that. Book sale this week. Don't forget that. All right. It's good to see you all.
Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Well, they got new stuff down at the library, too. The iPads and all this stuff. All right.
Yeah, we got e-books.
We got it out.
Wearing it out.
All right, great.
Literally.
Good things happening.
Good things happening at the library. Go by and see them.
Yes. Thank you.
These folks are from the Northside United Methodist Church youth group. They have a musical coming up called The River, so we're going to take you there, featuring the cast of The River.
1, 2, 3. I know a place that we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make you whiter than snow. Like a tide, rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes you come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. Whoa, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowning the streams that have made me born again. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes you come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. Whoa, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Let's go down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same.
Jackson Police, what do they do? And why do they do what they do? EPlusTV 6 Roll Call, an update on the people and the work of the Jackson Police Department. A new show every 2 weeks. What they do and what we can do to make a difference in Jackson. Roll Call now includes you, exclusively on EPlusTV 6. It's 13 miles of natural gas main reaching from Crockett County into Jackson, Tennessee. It's a $16 million project. When completed, this line will provide Jackson a second main line access to natural gas supply. It will enhance JA's existing service and provide expanded capacity for future industrial, commercial, and residential growth. investing in Jackson's future at JEA today.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your EPlus broadband cable TV for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Visit EPlusBroadband.com to learn more.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. We'll have more from members of the cast of The River, and we'll talk also to Glenn Miller coming later about this musical. We're looking forward to getting details on all of that. Glad to have them with us. Joanne Bowen is with us right now. She is with Companion Pet Rescue, and they're doing a golf tournament this coming Saturday as we do this program this week. It'll be Saturday, June 4th. They'll register at 8, tee off at 8:30. It'll be at Scully's, which is a 9-hole course, and 13 teams. 13 teams. And so, and $50 a player, which is more than reasonable.
That's right.
And so let's get in there and make this happen. 695-5649 if you want to put a team in this. 695-5649.
And we need teams because this is your first event.
Scully's doesn't host tournaments very often.
No.
Right? It's kind of a new thing.
It is.
It's good. It's a great course. Been out there forever and ever and ever. So
we're really excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't want to go too grand
Right,
for their very first one.
Well, it's interesting if they're willing to host it, particularly on a Saturday, because there's not that many Saturday tournaments. Usually they put us golf tournament people on Monday. When nobody else is out there, right?
Right.
But,
well,
so
he's
Scully's
taking good care of us.
Yeah, well, that's great. So they're doing this coming Saturday, the 4th. All right.
Well, tell us about Companion Pet Rescue.
My mother-in-law, Molly, she had worked with rescues before, and there was just an overwhelming need for, in the South, there's just so many animals that are just put on the side of the road and put in ditches, and people don't spay and neuter their animals, and so you just have random puppies all over the place, and she really wanted to focus efforts on getting them saved.
Okay.
So basically what we do is we take the puppies. We collect a lot of them from Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama.
Okay, so not just Tennessee.
Not just Tennessee.
Okay.
And we vaccinate them, test them for heartworms, spay and neuter them. And then from there, they go onto our website, which is cprdogs.com. And they usually are adopted very quickly, but they are mostly adopted in the Northeast, in Connecticut.
Okay.
So we transport
why is
them.
that?
Yeah, that's
because
odd.
they don't have a saturation of.
They have spay and neuter laws.
Yes.
Okay. So if you want a puppy, you have to find one. You don't just open the door and say, y'all come.
Yes. Okay. And you know, most of them are no-kill shelters, and most of the time they're adopted very quickly.
Wow.
So we have a big gooseneck enclosed trailer, and we transport about 200 dogs.
You're kidding.
Wow.
And since 2004, we have saved about 25,000 dogs.
25,000.
25,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so if folks can just go on cprdogs.com, they can browse through pictures, and then if they want to adopt, what's the process?
There's applications, and of course there's adoption fees, but you can find them on Pet Finder, you can find them on Adopt-A-Pet. If you just go directly through the website, you can. And generally, like I said, most of them go up north. To Connecticut, New England areas.
So what kind of volunteer base then do you have to do all of this?
Oh, well, there's a whole nother one up there.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
So it's linked up there?
Yes, we have a specific area up there, an adoption center in Connecticut as well, Southbury.
Okay. Well, rescue groups are just, I mean, there are many of them out there, and some of them target certain breeds.
It's sad that we need that many rescues.
It really is.
Really.
I go to Memphis on Tuesdays. I just got back from Memphis.
So it's a cultural thing with us. We just don't spay and neuter animals then.
I guess.
Okay.
You
Just
know,
let them run loose.
You want a puppy, and then you don't get them fixed, and then
Okay.
they're not a puppy anymore. So, you know.
Things happen.
Things happen.
They happen.
So,
Twitter paid it, I think they call that right in the movies. Okay, the Disney stuff. All right. Well, anyway, the Companion Pet Rescue having their, is this the first golf tournament?
It's the first annual.
First
it is.
It's going to be at Scully's this coming Saturday at June 4th. Registration's at 8 and tee off at 8:30.
8:30.
And we need teams.
Need teams, all right.
Teams.
$50 a player, $200 a team. A Saturday, you're going to be out there anyway, so let's do it for Companion Pet Rescue.
It's going to be a great day.
We're going to have food and
695-5649. 695-5649. Or if you're out at Scully's, you can just talk to them out there and they have applications. All right. Well, I hope this will go well.
And if folks don't want, or if they can't get out to play the golf, can they go online and make a donation?
We actually just put a P.O. box on one of those
P.O. Box
1772, I believe.
1772, the zip code 38302.
But we are taking all kinds of donations. We have a lot of raffle items that we're super excited about. And there's going to be hot dogs and hamburgers. And
so it'll be a big day.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Great way to raise money for these animals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we hope weather looks good, I think, for the weekend.
I hope
supposed to be out of the way Friday.
I hope
so. So get out there and let's see it. And P.O. Box 1772, 38302.
That's it.
38302.
All right, good. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to go back to the main stage, and once again, The River is the musical coming up with the Northside United Methodist Church, their youth musical, and this is part of that cast of The River.
Things I have done, but now you gently pick me, and lovingly you take me, and hold me as my Father, and hold me as my Maker. I ask you, how many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory. How far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace. At times I may grow weary and feel a bit discouraged, knowing that some
This commercial isn't going to shock you or make you laugh, but it just might save your life. Every one of these people is alive today because someone else took the time to give blood. Hopefully, the person that gives blood for you is watching this too. Do you have time? Please give blood.
The DVR. It changes the way you watch TV forever. DVR service lets you instantly record a single show or an entire season and even pause live TV with a push of a button. And now, EPlus Broadband can set you up with multi-room DVR so you can play, pause, control your TV choices from any room in your home. Start a show in one room, finish in another. It will change your life. Learn more about multi-room DVR. Call or visit EPlusBroadband.com today.
In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Today, accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811 in order to have your dig site marked.
Always call 811 before digging and be a hero. Respect the flags. Brought to you by Tennessee 811.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Usually during the interlude, we have shoe discussions.
We do.
Yeah, but today, John...
We could have had shoe... John's got a pair of fabulous shoes on.
John and Cassandra...
You should take note.
They've been talking about marathons. Are you running this one? What about that one? Who's so-and-so? You know, I'm glad to see y'all here.
One day, you
Sarah
might
and I
be
didn't get
able
in
to
a word edgewise in this whole thing.
One day you might be able to. Who knows?
Maybe we'll talk about not telethons. Marathons. I knew it was one of those songs. Sarah Johnson is with us, and John Ewing. John is the chair, and Sarah is the co-chair with the chamber of the upcoming class of Leadership Jackson. So it's good to see you both.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you being with us. And so John has been with us before. All right, so what do you want people to know? We're about to take applications for, or we're looking for nominations for the class. So where are we in this process?
Well, go ahead, Sarah.
Well, June 1st, we're open for nominations for Leadership Jackson. So if you are the primary decision maker or for your business, or your supervisor or manager can nominate people to go through the Leadership Jackson class.
Okay. All right.
And at that point, everyone will be brought in for an interview a little bit later in the summer.
Okay. So if I got someone I want to nominate, then what's the process for me to go through?
You can go to www.leadershipjackson.com and fill out the nomination form and submit that to the chamber, and then they'll be in contact with the person for which you've nominated.
And I need to do this by?
Nominations start tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Okay.
Over the next couple of weeks, they'll be taking nominations. You want to get those in because they'll start reviewing those and then put them before the selection committee for an interview.
Okay, that process will be when then, John? Did that come later in June or
I
into
believe
July?
they started that in July.
July. Okay, so I've got this month if I want to think about this. So we're
Go
talking.
ahead and nominate because there's only a certain allotted spots for Leadership Jackson.
Right.
Typically 70 to 80 are nominated, and there's 30 spots.
30 spots.
30 spots.
Okay, all right. And this is, we're talking about supervisors, people. You want people that in your companies or whatever that you want to see know more about Jackson.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's you want to see leaders, upcoming leaders, people in your organization that you want to have an awakening about Jackson.
Okay.
We really believe. I've gone to a lot of leadership courses, and this is one of the best ones I've ever been to.
Okay.
In 2014 I was with Cassandra that year, and we were both students together. And then last year, the vice chairman. It is just a great program for leadership, and you learn so much about Jackson and how you can give back as a leader. But you want people that you want to see as upcoming stars in your company, people you want to make an investment in.
Okay, all right. Sarah, what got you involved in this then?
Well, honestly, I was very hesitant about going through Leadership Jackson. I've been with the Jackson Clinic for 10 years and was very hesitant about the time commitment. It's a 12-week program that starts in September with a 2-day retreat. And I just felt an urge to do something more and participate. And I really had quite an awakening with the experience. I felt like it was work, and I was going to try to make myself a better employee, a better leader at work. And what I found was it really touched all aspects of my life. The program does a fantastic job of incorporating each week a leadership component along with a community aspect of it. We go through everything from education, healthcare, government, and I've lived in Jackson my entire life, and I learned more in this 12 weeks than I have my entire life living here in the city.
That's interesting. So in a lifetime, I mean, you learned a lot of new things about the city. Okay. So then, same experience for you, I know, because we had talked about it before. John.
Yeah, just like we talked about last year. I mean, what's amazing, too, is the networking of people.
Okay.
We have a 2-day leadership retreat, and during that retreat you are put in problems and puzzles that cause you with these 30 people to really bond, and then that really prepares you for the next 12 weeks getting ready for Leadership Jackson and going back and giving back to the community. We talked about the project my class did, which was building the bus seats, the seats in the city. That's right. So there's a lot of amazing projects that come out of Leadership Jackson that give back.
Okay. Well, if you lead in a company or in a position there or within a group or whatever, it could be a church organization, whatever, and you know people that could benefit from this, nominate them. That's right. And do it. So it's leadershipjackson.com. Leadershipjackson.com. And get those in during the month of June. Once again, we'll expect 80 or so of those, and from which 30 will be selected. But it's a life-changing experience for everybody who goes through it.
It does.
All right, great. It's good to see you both.
Thank you for having us.
So let's go get those nominees in. It'll be a commitment on your part, on their part, for a company, but it certainly changes.
And an investment on your part and a commitment on their part.
But when you look at the alumni catalog of this group, it stands on its own. I mean, it really, you see contribution from leaders all across this community. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
We're going to be back with more as we continue 6 in the City.
Renew Biomedical also uses the same great JEA broadband service as well as the JEA telephone service to make sure our service customers get the support and service they need, both via phone, email, and teleconferencing. We ship service loaners, and it's imperative that we keep in contact with our service customers and get them the feedback they need, and the only way to do that is with a reliable internet and telephone connection.
Drawing from a tremendous underground aquifer, JEA's water supply is sand filtered by nature. This water supply is not only plentiful, it requires minimal treatment. Continually lab tested for quality, it's the water distributed through the Water Division at JEA. More than once named by the Tennessee Association of Utility Districts as West Tennessee's best tasting water. Clean water, another part of JEA today.
Ready, set, go for it. It's your adventure. This is your GAC.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. We'll have more from the Cast of the River coming up in this segment. Right now we're visiting with Marcia Christopher, and she works with SavingOurChildren.com, set this organization up just a few years ago. Kids Lives Matter campaign is coming up. It's always good to have you with us.
Thank you.
All right, so what are we working on now? What is this?
We're working on Kids Lives Matter
All right.
because there are a lot of different things, movements going on, which is okay.
Right.
But I'm always like, well, what about the kids?
Okay.
And another important reason is this is coming about because actually we had a member of our family that died in jail, actually, a very young man, and we want our kids to know there are other alternatives.
Okay.
And that's why this campaign has come about, because we want to give kids other alternatives so they can sway away from violent crime, sway away from the drugs, because I really would not want another child's life to be lost.
Right.
Behind bars. That's
right.
just really horrible
Okay.
and it's sad.
So what is this campaign going to consist of then?
Well, we're going to start off, we're getting together a march, and I've talked to some city official friends of mine, and I'm talking to other adults that have organizations for kids to get involved in this campaign because it's really important. You know, we just really want to save our kids, which is my, nonprofit is Saving Our Children. And we want people to know how important, and I mean, the crimes among juveniles is just startling.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you would be amazed at, because they're going down the wrong road. We want them to sway away. We don't want them to go into the gang. They don't want to, we want to sway them away from gang activity. We want to sway them away from drugs. We want to know that they have better alternatives.
You've been doing this for a few years. What do these kids say to you when you start talking to them about this?
Are they hesitant?
They just say,
see it as
leave me
something
alone,
negative,
or they see
like,
hope?
go away?
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I have been doing it for a few years. And honestly, though, my son just went to college last year. And to be honest, though, most of these kids that I had were my son's friends.
Right.
And they were already on that road to pursue higher education. And right now, though, I'm wanting to attract the kids that may not even foresee that in their future. More disadvantaged kids, really. We have had a lot of children go through our Saving Our Children. And they understood the important path of education. Right now, I'm wanting to reach out to the other communities that the kids that just
one thing we're seeing,
maybe at a disadvantage.
Because we have all this emphasis now on getting an education, and there's scholarship money available and everything else. But a lot of children that have not been around this, whatever, they don't get involved because nobody in their family is oriented to it. They really don't know how to apply.
They've never had the opportunity or never been told of an opportunity.
Exactly. And I'm wanting to reach out to them. And it's really important for adults to get involved. I mean, if you're an adult with kids and you just want, you want them to get involved in what we're trying to do, I mean, this is just a platform I'm trying to bring awareness. That, the juvenile crime rate is really startling. And you have to get these kids young.
Right.
Like you said, though, because when they get a little older, they may not foresee that in their future, like education and
maybe
being...
harder to persuade, not necessarily persuade, but convince them that the path they're going down may not be the right path.
Right, yes.
You can find out more about Marsha's work at savingourchildren.com. It's CEO, savingourchildren.com. That's the website.
That's right, yes.
Okay, so it's CEO, savingourchildren.com. And there's also a Facebook page, Saving Our Children, and you can check things out there. What will people find at the website when I go there?
They're going to find out about this campaign, the kids, and how to sign up. And we need volunteers. We're looking for, kids. So this, we're just wanting to bring awareness. And we are preparing a march, like I said. That's not really conclusive yet, on the dates and all that.
Right.
So anybody that wants to get involved.
They can always check back on the website and find out when the march is or how to get involved.
Well, it's always good to see you.
It is.
Appreciate what you're doing. And glad your son is doing well, and everybody is making good progress in this life.
Changing some lives.
We appreciate it very much. Appreciate it. Speaking of young people, we've been featuring folks from Northside United Methodist Church. Their youth musical is called The River, and we'll get back to the main stage for more members of the cast of The River.
Your spirit hovers over my waters. Your love burns longer than the sun. The skies of thunder echo your wonder. Your praises can't be oversung. The whole universe is witness to only a part of what you've done. So let me rediscover you and breathe in me your life anew. Tell me of the God I never knew. Oh, let me rediscover you. You see my weakness, my pride, my blindness. You wield your power through them all. Of all the mysteries, still the greatest to me is how you're faithful when I fall. How can I say I know you when what I know is still so small?
living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your EPlus broadband cable TV for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Visit EPlusBroadband.com to learn more.
Utility infrastructure often coordinates with streets and highways. Much of the work performed by utility crews is done in proximity to traffic. Tennessee has added utility crews to the mandated clearance for emergency and law enforcement personnel. When lights are flashing, crews are working, traffic should move over an additional lane. If a lane gap is not available, traffic should slow. The Jackson Energy Authority thanks the drivers of Jackson for your cooperation in Move Over Tennessee, promoting the work and safety of JEA personnel.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Over my career, I've been asked, what's the most difficult part about being a state trooper? That's easy. The hardest part about being a state trooper is going to someone's house and telling the people there that someone they love is never ever coming home because of a senseless, preventable traffic crash. In Tennessee, every year, way too many lives are lost by drinking and driving, texting and driving, and not wearing your seatbelt. Please don't make me tell your loved ones that you're not coming home.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Glenn Miller is with us, and we've been featuring music from the river, and he's the one responsible for all this. He's the Student Ministries Director. Is that what it is?
That's correct, yes.
You know, is that a promotion, demotion, change in title? Or
it's the same. I've been there for a long time.
So we asked Glenn how long you've been doing this musical, and it's like...
This is our 17th year.
17th year musical, yeah. So I said, they've been on this show every year since we've been doing this show, because we haven't been doing this show for 17 years. We're trying, but so it's good to see you again.
Good to see y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Good to see y'all.
All right, tell us about the river.
The river is kind of a North Mississippi setting this year, and you have a pastor that's been in town at this church for a really long time, and he has kind of grown to where he believes he's the power, and his decisions are final, and he's kind of grown a little cynical and just a little hard-handed.
Okay.
And into town, they hire a new young youth pastor. Of course, they change everything. And then with the new young youth pastor, and
this is an autobiographical thing coming up here.
No, it's not. It's not.
He's here to shake things up.
That's
yeah.
it.
Well, he doesn't mean to. He just comes in and just a fresh new approach to life and things. Helps all the people in the church and townspeople begin to see truly who God is, and maybe some of the things that we forget. You know,
well, does the pastor ever catch on? Or?
Oh, he does. He does. But I don't want to give it away. Because if I give it away, then that kind of,
so
how
Glenn and I've been
churches
through this on different sides, and so we know how this ends.
That's right. That's right. So, but it's really good. The kids did a great job of putting this together.
So who came up with this?
The students come up with the idea and the plan. They start in October putting things together, and
so they write it.
They write it.
Do they write the music in this one?
They did not write the music in this one. This is all music that we've gone out and picked out. Mitzi Matheny, our choir director for our youth, she takes that and masterfully takes their ideas and their writings and then the songs, and they have tryouts and decides who works better for what part and all that stuff.
All right. Well, they do these musicals every year. It's always quite a production. It's coming up this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7.
That's correct.
Second, third, and fourth at 7, and on Sunday evening at 5. You don't have to have tickets.
Don't have to have a ticket. It's a free event.
It's free event. At Hope Hall.
They're in Hope Hall, and Hope Hall's large enough to handle a fairly large crowd, and so we expect pretty large crowds every night. That's been our tradition. And
why do these young people do this? This is a big time commitment and everything else.
It is. It is a big time commitment. And as kids are more and more busy and families are more and more busy, we see them, a little tireder, those kinds of things. But they do it because they understand this is an excellent vehicle for them to share what they understand and believe about God and who He is in their life. They don't always get the chance to stand up there in the pulpit on Sunday morning. This provides a very unique vehicle for them to share all the seeds that have been planted in them.
Okay. When do they go to work on this? You start on this.
We start actually working on staging and all that in April, but they start having practices on music and dances and those things in March. But coming up with the idea,
then, somebody has to script this out, right?
Yeah, and that starts in October and goes through the Christmas break and all that
stuff. Okay, and so So they do this as a collective work, or somebody walk in with an idea, or how does this creative
They do. They
process
get together as a group. People usually start kind of even after this year. Like, well, next year we want to do this. That kind of thing.
Start giving suggestions.
Yeah, exactly.
Next year, the young youth leader gets to be the reprobate.
That's right. But they really begin to pray hard, look at Scripture and the things that they really feel that's going on in the community, in our world, those kinds of things. You'll notice some little things like, hey, that kind of looks familiar to me in some ways. So.
When you took this to the pastor, was he intrigued?
Yeah. Actually, he was. He really embraced.
Not that those guys at Northside have been there too long.
Yeah, it is a little bit kind of like, I may not be here next year. Who knows?
Because years ago, I mean, the bishop moved those guys every couple of 3 years.
They did, and that's changed.
Anywhere.
That's changed.
It's changed
quite
a lot. I mean, we got Clayton Hall down here. I mean, my son thinks it's named for him, but Paul says something. But it has changed within the church.
It has changed, especially with a little bit of the larger churches. Now, some of those smaller churches, as people are moving up through things, in retiring and stuff, you'll see some of those. But in the larger churches, things have kind of slowed down.
But Northside, I mean, has had the last 3 or 4 ministers have stayed there for several years.
For a long time. Yeah,
sure have.
That's correct.
It's been a real change. All right. No autobiographical. Any semblance to persons
fiction.
real or living
The river
is totally
fiction.
That's right.
It's Mississippi,
not Tennessee.
Well, it's the river. It is being presented this week, Northside United Methodist Church, their youth musical at Hope Hall.
Thursday through Sunday.
7 o'clock.
Free of charge.
And then Sunday at 5.
Sunday at 5.
All right, so just get your group together, and well, congratulations on this.
Well, thank you. And we have a nursery, so if you want to bring your little one, maybe won't sit that long, please bring them, and we got a great staff that'll do that.
Well, Glenn, you are doing very good work. I mean, it's amazing. Every year you come up with something new.
It is amazing. It's amazing that the kids come up with
It's great to see the people here be a part of all this. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Continued best. Glenn Miller and the folks at Northside United Methodist Church, and that's this week. And so be sure to catch that musical, The River. We'll be back with more as we continue Six in the City.
The original pipes in Jackson's gas system were wood. Then the new industry standard became cast iron. In 2016, the Jackson Energy Authority celebrated the last mile, the complete and final replacement of the remaining cast iron pipes. Cast iron gave way to safer, more reliable materials that vary by pressure load and system need. There are some natural gas systems still using cast iron, but that's not the case at JEA today.
Jackson 24/7 continues this summer as your source for perspective on people, issues, and key decisions facing our community. Whether it's the economic challenges facing public education, the battle in the streets for local law enforcement, or a bold new leader for higher education. Jackson 24/7 brings you the key questions and answers every day at noon, 4, 6:30, and 9:30 on EPlusTV 6.
So someone told you we need to do a new promo.
Yeah.
I was looking so much younger than I used to that it's becoming self-evident.
Well,
I'm sure that's what they said.
I know that's why you don't want to do the new promos.
So there's some kind of, who's that guy with you now? He doesn't look like the guy in the promo. We got a bunch of events coming up this week. Rooftop Rendezvous is Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Starts
at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's going to be at the rooftop and all that at the
parking garage number 3 at the hospital.
Music on the Lawn is at Pinson School this coming Saturday, and the Tennessee Band, they were with us a few years ago. They're great guys out of Hardeman County, Tennessee, and that's at the Pinson School, and you can tour the school and all that, and they'll start around 5 or 6 coming up Saturday evening. The Hoedown for Horses.
Hoedown for Horses, that's right.
For Redemption Road Rescue that's kind of a come and go event all during the day Saturday, and you can get details on that at their website. But it's more of an opportunity to see what they do and to visit. But Amber Story Night will be out there, and we'll shake you down for any dollar you've got to lose to raise money for that organization. Got some other stuff. We've got several other things going on in the community this week. But Sheriff's Department won the Battle of the Badges with Lifeline Blood Services. First repeat winner we've had. They won it in 2013 and came back and won it this year. So everybody else is going to be fired up and ready to go. But appreciate everybody getting out
taking it on for next year,
to be a blood donor and all that work coming up. And we want to thank all of our guests.
That's right.
We got a lot of different things going on.
And don't forget the school board meetings.
Oh, yeah, school board meetings next week. On Monday, the work session, and on Thursday, the board meeting. Could be some key discussions about superintendent's contracts, other things. Steve Beverly will be there from Jackson 24/7 to help set the stage. We'll carry those live next Monday and next Thursday starting at 6. Thanks to our crew, Matthew Alden, and all the folks that set all that up. And so
you can go to EPlusTV6.com and stream it live on the internet or on your handheld device.
Okay. And
or you can watch it on YouTube.
Follow what's happening. We've been delighted to have these folks with us, and we appreciate Glenn Miller always working with us each year.
I'm always amazed every year when they come.
Debbie Dunaway and all the folks that help set up the publicity for this. But these folks work hard. Over 60 are in this cast, we understand, and it's been a pleasure to work with them today. So we're going to close out. These folks are from Northside United Methodist Church. Their youth musical, The River, is coming up this week and this coming Sunday, Thursday through Saturday at 7, Sunday at 5. So we're going to the main stage.
And you don't need a ticket.
Don't need a ticket. We'll see you at Northside this week. And this is the cast from The River.